told me, is this MK is his now, so I must register MK2 if I want to. But this one is his party. So I'm expelled. That was on the 26th.
Where was that meeting when
in Nkandla,
in Nkandla?
In his house. Let me tell you something. Zuma will never take a decision outside his house. If he wants to show his power, he will call you to his house. That's why even today the office is in his house, because he wants everybody to feel small because they are in his house. And then he will tell you, you can't then say anything to me. But that was the day, then that was my last day at his house. From then we've been fighting because I had to prove to court that he stole. In actual fact, he forged my signature. But the court could not listen to that because at the time we did not produce the signature experts, which soon will be going to court, where I will be showing the whole world that Zuma is a fraudster and his daughter, that they forged my signature and then submitted to IEC. And also IEC, I will be charging them because they used a signature that they knew and they could see between the two letters that this letter is my signature, the other letter did not have my signature. It was a different signature, but they forged it on and then they put him in with a forged signature. So that case is coming.
It's a difficult one because it's around that time that elements from outside MK started infiltrating. We started seeing new faces. I want to ask you something. At the beginning of MK, you had a gentleman's agreement that one, you will not have criminal elements coming from other political parties to come and join MK. And infiltrate MK party to taint its image. Number two, even people who are bad people in communities, you are not going to allow them to come in. It has been said on record many times, and I know Ubegim Toro has went to town explaining that MK was infiltrated by, they call it construction mafia people, extortionists. That's Begim Tolo from KwaZulu-Natal who was saying it. What comments do you have about that issue?
No, it's very true. It's very true. But Zuma brought them in. Nobody else. It's Zuma that called all these bad elements into MK because he wanted them to support him to go back to government, to fight with Ramaphosa for his own good. And secondly, what we need to understand, Zuma was in trouble financially when MK was registered. He had no other means of finding sources for funding. So he took that opportunity that MK was becoming this big sea that was coming into the country. So he said, no, I'll make money here. Then he started bringing in all his extortionists and his cronies, all these thugs. He brought them in so that he can start to push everybody away from the organization. So he can take the organization and be able to tap into the money that was coming to the organization. People were bringing money for MK. They never brought it to us. They never put it in the account of the organization. They were putting the money, they were sending bags to Zuma. Never the organization. Organization suffered. And Zuma had lots of money that was coming to him. And instead of assisting the organization during the elections, I was running around and the organization had no money because I paid the IEC. I was paying some comrades who were traveling, who needed travel. Comrades will call and say, we don't have money. I'd say, but the organization doesn't have money. I'll call the comrades. Comrades, can you assist comrades so and so in what area? Can you give him, he needs 1,000 rand, he needs what. If in the organization account there's 2,000 rand, we'll take that money, send it to the comrades. I will call Comrade Leb or Comrade Gaza to, if there is a 10,000 rand in the account, please guys, can you go to the bank, withdraw that money, and then give it to the comrades so that they can run. But mostly comrades were taking from their pockets and made sure, even during the elections, they were paying, funding the food for for all our members that were in the voting stations. Zuma did not do that, but there was lots of money. And these monies that have been coming to Zuma that he had not declared, that the reason why he's so arrogant now is because of those monies for the MK. If MK did not take Zuma to be member of the MK, Zuma will be sitting there hungry again, like we found him. He had no money, but today he's a millionaire through MK. And his family, especially his daughter, he's now brought in his son, who's bragging now to be a member of MK. When we were registering MK, that boy said he will never be part of it, as long as there is his sister. But today, MK is now a milking cow for everybody, or everyone that was closer to Zuma. Those people who were found to have done wrong in the government, they are there. They are members of parliament. People who were supposed to be members of parliament, they were moved out for these people because they are close to Zuma. They were giving Zuma money. So it's a shame for me, and I really feel bad that the people that loved MK, the people that started the MK and worked so hard, others lost their families, their houses, others lost their wives. I've got members that came to me that divorced today as we speak because they took their monies into MK. Others lost work. They were fired because they became members of the MK. And others, they can't take their kids to school. But where are they, those people? They were doing everything for the MK. But when MK had opportunity to look at those people and reward them, MK turned against them and then took all these tainted people who are useless, who even today we are killing MK, because the only thing they are there for is to get money from the MK and leave MK. Zuma doesn't like MK. He's not, as he always says, he's a member of the ANC. Zuma is not a member of MK. He's just in the MK just to get money, just to be millionaire again, that's all.
You are painting a very sad story. Amongst the 14 that you were the initial contingent of members that you went to Nkandla with, 7 of them made the original submission when you were registering. Amongst the 14, how many are inside MK? I'm asking this question based on the fact that throughout 2024, people have been called Kikabalia ya Jabu Khumalo. So meaning everyone who was associated with you was deemed a bad guy. Even when I was trying to reach you, even people who had your contacts, they could not admit they have because they are afraid that they will be seen and associated with you. How does that make you feel while you're answering where are the other 14 original members?
No, people were threatened. They were given marching orders to say if you still continue to talk to Khumalo, you will be expelled. And some were expelled. I can tell you even now, my brother can't call me because he's afraid that Zuma will hear that he's talking to me. People were told that Zuma has an eye everywhere, he's got an ear everywhere because he's got intelligence. What intelligence? That's nonsense. Because there's no intelligence for Zuma. He's just lying to us just to get people to be afraid of him. That's how he threatens people. Those 14 people, they were part of the lists going to parliament, but they were chopped out. Only 2 out of the 14 is in parliament. Only 2. And them also, they wanted to chop them, but they were afraid.